So now we've got the sketch on the top for the hole. We can just use the extrude to push that hole all the way through that middle piece. But to help, what we can do is turn off the bottom piece. See how that turns it on and off? And now I can use that extrude and just push right through this hole, cut, and now I've got the hole that goes in the middle. So you can see the bottom is still solid, but the hole goes in the top. That's what we need. We'll put the balls inside there. So that will keep everything in place. It needs to be solid on that top part. Okay. While we're here, something else that's a good idea is inside of this, rather than just having body 1 or body 2, you can double click and you can actually type in what you can label it something. So I'll label it bottom acrylic because I'm going to have a top, and then I can call this wood. Okay, that's the wood piece that goes right into the middle. All right. So now what I want to do is kind of shave out some of these edges to just make a different shape. This should be something similar to what you designed on paper. So, but this is how you do it. All right. Again, go into the sketch mode. You're going to sketch on top. And now inside the sketch, it's up to you. You can use a line, you can use an arc. It just depends on your design. So I'll start off, I'm just going to do a simple line, one line here, another line here, and then maybe for these edges, I'll just do an arc. Again, it just depends on what your design is like, okay? So there we go. We've got some lines, and here's in our sketch. Okay. Now I want to push these through, and this time I do want to keep that bottom acrylic in because that needs to be the same size as the wood piece. So I can select the faces that I'm going to push, hold down Shift. Sorry, try it again. This one, holding down Shift, selecting those faces, and now extrude. Oops. I want to select that one again. All the way through. Cut. Okay. So you see it's cut right through. Now I've got this shape. Okay. We can turn the sketches off. It might just help a little bit so you can see what's next. Okay. So the next thing to do is you want to create a new body for the top. So one way to do that is you can select, click on the bottom acrylic, right click, oops, bottom right click, and then here it says copy. Then what I can do is go back to it, copy, and paste while I'm in the same thing. So see, now it's created another body, and now I can move this one around, okay? So I'm going to, oops, just make sure I only need one, I don't need all three. Okay. So I've selected the bottom one. Now I want to move it. So you can go to, sorry, it's a lot easier. Just right click on the actual model, move, and now I want to go vertical. And I know that that model is 10 centimeters, sorry, 10 millimeters. So I'm just going to click 10, and it's going to move up to 10 millimeters, okay? So you can see now I've got those two pieces together, okay? Let's have a look, just check to be sure. So this top one, there's the top. I can also even move these around too, so that you know which is which. So, because this is actually the top right, not the bottom. So I can double click again, change it to top. Okay, so there's the top, there's the wood, and there's the bottom. Let's make it more clear. Top, wood, bottom. Okay, so there's one other thing that you need to do is on this top, you're going to be drilling holes in. So see, they look like that. So you need to draw the lines for these holes. The way to do that is, again, another sketch on this top. But this time, I can even turn these off because I don't need them. But this time, I'm going to draw a circle. And you're going to aim to put it somewhere in the middle of your center hole and the edge. So I can try to put it right about here, but the size of this hole is going to be 5 millimeters. Okay, so here I'll click in 5, enter, and now click. So as you see, it's giving me a 5 millimeter diameter of the hole. The next thing that I can do is I can also, to change where the location of it, I can press the letter D, click this point, and then I'm going to click this distance and see how it's giving me lines. So I can decide how far away I want it from that point. I want it to be about 12 millimeters away from that point, because if it gets too close, it's gonna break. So I can just change that, make sure it's right at about 12. Stop sketch. Okay, then turn the sketches back on, and I'm going to flip it back around so I can see it. Now I want to push out, sorry, I need to do one more, draw another one of those circles again. Okay, let's try to do another one, sketch, do the circle, 5, okay, click, and then dimensions, so from here to here, oops, wrong one, D, click inside, and I want it from this edge. Okay, I'll make it again about 12, just in case. Okay, stop sketch. All right, so there we got it. I'll pull the wood out just so we can see where that goes. So now extrude these through. So now I've got the hole in this top. Okay, put everything back on. So that's the basic of how to use the dimensions and how to copy and pay attention to the different bodies. All right, the next video I'll show you how to use the rendering tool. All right.